Hi there. My name is Kimberly Chambers, and I am a senior at the University of Pennsylvania with a projected graduation date of May 2024. I currently live outside of Washington, D.C. with my husband Tim and our precious pup Nugget, and have three adult children and spouses that live on the East Coast. This photo of me was taken on the Penn campus when I first accepted their invitation to join the class of 2024. I enjoy walking the campus because it's not only beautiful, it is a place I can comfortably relax and reflect. My family photo was taken in July of 2022 when we all vacationed all throughout Italy. It was a memorable trip and one that I was thankful not to be working on homework, which is something I had done in previous summers. When my youngest daughter graduated from high school on a Thursday night, I began my college journey online with Eastern Gateway Community College the following Monday morning. I chose EGCC for financial reason. I was not going to incur overwhelming amounts of debt at my age. My long range goal was to work super hard in order to be a competitive transfer student at any school I dreamed about attending. The dream came true when I applied to Georgetown, NYU, Columbia, and Penn and was accepted by all four. NYU and Columbia required me to attend in person classes, while Georgetown and Penn offered the flexibility of online classes. As much as I really wanted to be a Hoya, Penn offered me a full scholarship to attend the sixth oldest Ivy League institution in the nation. I knew regardless of where I attended, I was going to receive a stellar education, and Penn did not disappoint. I've taken an unconventional 40-year detour to arrive at receiving my Bachelor of Arts and Sciences with a concentration in creative studies and an advanced certificate in creative writing. I chose to raise a family and support my husband in his long professional art career. It's been worth the wait, making my educational journey deeply meaningful for me as I discovered things about myself and the world around me. I remember reading an article in my earth science class that was the tipping point for me to stop eating animals. That was 4 years ago, and I have never regretted that decision because I've grown in ways that I'm thankful for. It's not a decision that's up for negotiation because it's my personal choice that strengthens my moral and ethical identity, as well as my health and spiritual pursuits. These manifestations point to my earth science, ethics, and society and nutrition classes. I'm a lifelong learner because I'm a curious and introspective person. I'm not certain that I will pursue more education after I graduate from Penn, with the exception of writing workshops. Although when I finished my positive psychology class, my first impulse was, I must get a PhD in this. I have no reason to get a PhD except to learn more and more. It was the science geek in me that was captivated by everything I was learning in this class. The science was solid, the empirical evidence was indisputable. Imagine learning all about well being and what makes us tick and how to expand ourselves in ways that make purpose so meaningful. I'm a woman of faith, so I believe I was created with unique gifts and talents with an abundant potential to reach for the gambrels of the sky. Should I decide to pursue a PhD in positive psychology, I wouldn't hesitate to apply to Penn because their professors have led the field for over 30 years. The best of the best teach at Penn. I originally wanted to be a first grade teacher when I started my college coursework. I took many classes at EGCC that were related to early childhood development. I carried everything I learned into my coursework when I transferred to Penn. What I loved about Penn was not only the convenience of an online platform that worked well with my schedule, but also it was the ability to explore all my options as it related to ultimately declaring my major. I began with a concentration in individualized studies, which then led to creative studies. It was the writing classes that set my path to pursue a writing career. The professors and my cohorts that I engaged with each week set my heart ablaze, and I knew writing was connected to my identity. There are so many classes that I loved at Penn, like positive psychology, but there's one in particular that changed me in profound ways. It was my modern and contemporary U.S. poetry class at Penn. One of my assignments was to lead a discussion about the poem I Dwell in Possibility by Emily Dickinson. I learned a great deal about this poem in my class, and even more so when I led the discussion. My graduation gift to myself is my very first tattoo that I started designing, and I promise to look at every day as a reminder to myself to always dwell in possibility, come what may. These last 5 years have prepared me well for pursuing my career in writing. My eyes were open to many authors, poets, scientists, philosophers, and amazing cohorts and professors who added so much beauty to my life. like Alice and Megan, who I remain in a self-directed writing Zoom call with them each month. I developed skills in research and critical thinking that have built my confidence as an author, as well as broadening my imagination and abilities to observe closely. I have a hunger to continue learning how to write well and be skilled an author, like my favorites, Nora Ephron, Beatrix Potter, and Amy Tan, who has successfully written adult fiction, nonfiction, and children's books. My husband, Tim, is the one who inspires me to go big because he's an exceptionally gifted artist in draftsmanship and painting in oil, watercolor, charcoal, and in writing. It's quite the wheelhouse of skills. Tim has been pursuing his MFA in creative nonfiction writing these past 2 years. We've had numerous conversations about writing and authors as we sit around the dinner table, sometimes for hours, or while driving to an appointment, and definitely at many coffee shops all over the US and Europe. We have exciting plans to collaborate on some writing projects. I started a blog a couple of years ago after reading Anne Lamott's book, Bird by Bird, hence the affectionately named title of my blog, Frame of Thought. I have posted a handful of pieces on the blog with a lot more hidden drafts that I will be coming back to work on and publish. I invite you to subscribe to the blog and journey with me as I work hard to develop as a writer that people want to read. I can't thank my family, my extended family, and my close friends who have journeyed with me these last 40 years. It means the world to me to have their support. Thank you so much for listening.